Well, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the Life Strategy Show. This is Maxine Pearl Phillips, the Levelist Woman, and we are so glad to have you with us this evening. But listen, you need to tag somebody. You need to go on and let your family, your friends, your coworkers, your neighbors, anybody that you know, you need to just say, hey, you need to join in the Life Strategy Show today. We have a phenomenal guest with us. But before I introduce our guest, you know what Levelist is all about. It's removing the levels. Don't compete with yourself and definitely do not compete with anyone else. It's about understanding your worth, advocating for yourself, and succeeding on your terms. That's what Levelist is all about. The Life Strategy Show is about bringing phenomenal individuals on so they can share the strategies that they have put in place for themselves, so that they can share with you some platinum nuggets that you can pick up, those gems that you can take and move forward to help you continue to become who you were created to be. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Terry Spicer. Now, I know you've heard that name all over the place because this woman is rocking and rolling. She is snatching her health back and she's bringing others along with her. Because one thing about health is that when you get it under control, it allows you to eliminate many illnesses that's going on in the body. But we're going to talk about that and much, much more because this woman has a plethora of things that she has done and still doing. So help me welcome Terry Spicer, the CEO of Sissy Org. The Sissy Org. There she is. Hello, hello, hello. How are
Hey,
you this evening?
good evening, Maxine, and thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here with you and your audience.
Oh, I just get so excited about my guests. I have to tone myself down, because it's just the fact that individuals coming on and they're so willing to share the strategies that they have put in place for themselves.
Hmm.
Because Terry, you and I both know COVID has just caused us to pivot and
Yep.
have a totally different mindset.
Yes. We have to be more flexible. At first, in when it came in 2020, it made everybody be still.
Yeah,
And some folk went into a panic. Because how do we keep things going? But we shifted, like you said, we had to shift, and immediately, we really truly had to do an about face immediately, and it was a mental strain because when you've got this thing that's just hovering around and lifting folk, and hurting people, the way that it did, it was a lot for everybody to deal with, but thank God we survived, we managed, and again, in that spirit, we pray for everybody who lost someone, but yeah,
yes,
we've all been affected by it, Maxine, so we really
yes.
truly had to shift our mindset for sure.
We did, we did, we did. But Terry, you know what? I never will forget not only meeting you for the first time, but you inviting me to become a part of the Small Pearls lead.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Yeah.
so excited because see, you they're my heart as well.
Uh-huh.
And to meet another individual that's what they are, a part of their ministry and a part of their calling and a part of their giving was to take these young women into their arms. That's how I looked at it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you mothered them, you nurtured them, and you helping them become the women that God has created them to
Mm-hmm.
become.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's phenomenal when I sit back and I watch and I see your small pearls graduating from high school and then going on to college.
I'm telling you, and we got
Oh
five seniors this
man.
year. So these amazing girls, these small pearls, they're my girls. They're my daughters unbirthed. I love to say. I have a
Right.
son, but I've had so many daughters to come through, the Small Pearls Lead Academy. It was a Small Pearls Apprentice program, but we're in our ninth year. And so these girls are leaders. So the name changed in the last year. Small Pearls Lead. God kept saying, they're really leading and they're doing. So the apprentice part, I think at 9 years we sort of evolved into
Moved. You moved forward. You
we moved forward.
transformed into the
Yep.
academy.
Yep. Yep. So, because that was our hashtag anyway, so it just made sense. The 60 Small Pearls Elite Academy, and these girls are already phenomenal, but we're helping to enhance their brilliance, giving them strategies on how to handle a lot of situations, meeting them where they are, but also introducing them into forward thinking, forward movement, forward being forward without apology. And so,
Yes.
these girls are absolutely amazing. And women just like you come in to share, your wealth of experiences and knowledge, and they grab it. And I'll tell
Oh,
you,
yes.
just to echo that point, Maxine, when they tell me after graduating, and going on to college, when they say that this program helped to change their lives, that's all we want to hear. That's all we
Yes.
want from this program. So thank
Yes.
you for your part in it. You part of the family. You are certainly a
Hey.
part of the family.
I love it. I love it. That's how I am with Gams Unlimited and Levelers. You listen.
Yeah,
Once we're together, you're always a part of the
part of
family.
the family. That's right.
And Terry is truly serious about that, ladies and gentlemen. You know that she is definitely open her arms up to welcome not only the small pearls, but guess what? They have mothers.
The
And
Mama
so she
Pearl.
created this. I remember when I came in and did the journal workshop, and I said,
Yep,
"Well, wait a minute, my middle name is Pearl,
yep.
so I'm the senior Pearl." And then I think you said, "No, you the Mama Pearl."
The Mama Pearl.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like, "Oh my gracious, I was just music to my ears."
yeah. These
You know,
girls.
and I remember being in that journal workshop with these young ladies, and after I had gone through the workshop with them and talk about journaling, and they had to stand up and say, what did it mean to them? Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, from the 7-year-old all the way to the 16 or 17-year-old, I mean,
Hmm.
those girls could explain in detailed and be articulate with how they pronounced it. They shared their information.
Hmm.
So it was just music, again, music to my ear to not only witness it, but also to hear it and hear it from the young lady themselves, you know.
And isn't it wonderful also that the Mama Pearls stay?
Yes.
They don't just do drive-bys and drop them off. They
No,
stay.
they
They
stay.
stay, and they're a part of the learning process. They're the amen corner, and we hear from them because again, we've got phenomenal Mama Pearls right there, as a part of the program as well. So we're a big family. We're a big family.
One big family. And then that leads into a little bit of the circle of pearls
Yep.
because
Hmm.
you created that circle of pearls. And of course, I was a part of that too,
Yeah.
honored to
Yeah.
be a part of that as well. And
Yeah.
that was such a supportive group of
Hmm.
women coming
Hmm.
together.
Hmm.
Tara, there's always a stigma out here to talk about Black women cannot work together. Well,
Yep.
we beg to differ.
Yeah. Oh, we definitely
Yes, we
beg to
beg to
differ.
differ,
We beg to
because
differ. Yeah.
when you did that circle of pearls in itself, I mean, that was like for the first time, women start looking at we are gems.
Hmm.
We do come together, we
Hmm.
do matter,
Hmm.
and we do have a voice.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And the thing of it is, when we get in alignment with lifting each other, there is so much that we accomplish together, collectively and individually, without limit and successfully. We do it well. So,
Yes.
um, you know, it's not going to always be easy, and that's with anything. But we saw for ourselves that collective um the heart to heart that we had in that program. And
Yes.
again, the Circle of Pearls has just evolved. You and I talked about that
Right.
some time ago, but it was a leadership initiative, and for women who were going through a transition into their next level. So as a publicist, I get to help shape vision. And the thing of it is, they're looking for something pie in the sky, and I sit there and I listen, and most of the time I mirror back to them what they've said, but they just didn't realize, in saying it so much, I'm just like, but you just said it, you defined it. So I love helping to paint dreams, Maxine. I really love that as a publicist. Mhm.
Yes, I know that the many times that we had conversations, Terry, and I know remember this one distinctly. You said, Maxine, you need to start your own podcast.
Mhm.
And I'm
Mhm.
like, nah,
Mhm.
nah.
Yeah, you got so
And
much to
look at
say.
what I'm
Look,
doing. Look at what
yeah,
I'm
you, you
doing.
you got so much to say and so much to give. You can't keep that to yourself. And Because again, yeah, we are spread thin, but God keeps, what is that? To whom much is given,
Much is expected.
much
Yes.
is expected. And so
Yes.
we, what is you? I'm just using your stuff. We level up.
And
We
we're
level up.
levelers. That's
Okay.
right. There's no
We're
levels.
levelers. We level up. We're levelers. So,
We are levelers. So I
yeah,
deem you this evening, Terry Spicer, as one of the levelest women
come on. I
because you
take
are
it.
continuing to succeed on your terms.
Thank you.
You're not
Thank
letting
you.
anyone define success for you.
Mm-mm,
So
mm-mm.
see, that's
No.
what levelers is all about is
Yeah.
defining success for yourself, knowing your worth, advocating for yourself, and continue to succeed on your terms.
On my terms.
On
And
your
that's what,
terms.
yep. And that's what I keep telling people. You work hard and you get to a point where, I mean, I'm 62. I'll be transparent. I don't mind sharing my age. And during the course of my life, Maxine, I've experienced a lot of highs and a lot of lows. But at this point in my career, like you said, levelist. I on my terms. I say yes, I say no, and but again, that just comes from a lot of hard work. And I've earned the right to say that and to be in this space, and I'm thankful to God for that. So it's
Well,
just a
we
lot of hard
already
work.
listen. God has already said, "Good and faithful servant, well
Yeah,
done."
yeah,
And doesn't
yeah,
mean that you're leaving this earth
yeah.
because he says that.
That's
We
right.
have
That's
to
right.
understand that part too. But because he's giving you more assignments to
Yes,
touch
yes.
more lives and to save more lives. Because I
Mm-hmm.
think if you recall, when I put out there about you, I said she's saving lives.
Yeah, and the first time that I heard that, with the gas cards, that's the first foundation of the sissy. Giving helping cancer patients with transportation assistance.
Right.
When I heard that the very first time, I went to Duke Cancer Center and gifted them with gas cards, and the patient navigator said, that you have helped to change lives, because he said in particular, one woman. I'm from Wilmington, North Carolina now, and there was
Okay.
a woman in Wilmington, Maxine, who had called Duke and said, I got to get there. I just don't have any money. I don't have a way. And I walked in with gas cards, and he said, this lady will receive, this gift to get here to get her treatment. And I'm telling you, my face leaked like I couldn't begin to tell you. So the gratification from it is immediate. God has blessed it to where I get to hear it. I
Yes.
don't get to meet the patients personally per se, and that's not the point. But when these experts say that the work that you're doing is impacting and helping to save lives, that literally just snatched my
It's
heart.
like,
Figure, I'll be
it's
honest.
like a big old
It
hug.
was a big
It's
hug,
like the world hugging you.
big old hug, and it was
Yes.
fuel to my soul and fuel to the sissy's mission. So, gas cars, that's the first thing, but we're going into so many more avenues, Maxine, and a huge announcement is coming real soon, and I can't wait to share that.
I
So,
know it is. I can just feel it. I can just feel it. So we're going to talk about a couple of the other things
yeah.
that you're doing.
Hmm.
And I know you've snatched your health back, but before we
Yes.
get to that, I want you to talk about lift your pearls.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Lift your girls
Lift your pearls and check your
and
girls.
check your
Lift
girls.
your pearls and check your girls.
So tell us a little bit about that because this is being seen, this air streams to over 200 countries, Terry.
Wonderful. Thank you.
All
That's
right. So when you talk
fantastic.
about things like that, it's not just here locally, it's globally.
That's awesome. And
And I think that's a
congratulations.
message that can, translate no matter where you
No
go.
matter where
Women
you
need
are.
to do that
Yeah.
for themselves.
Yeah. No
So
matter where
talk to
you are.
a little bit about lift your pearls and check your girls.
Thank you. September of last year, right before October 1 of Breast Cancer, Awareness Month, I was sitting in my kitchen, in my favorite space, by my big window, Maxine, because I just love to sit there with the light and everything. And so God just dropped into my heart 1 million Black women, breast cancer awareness, 1 million Black women, and I'm not one to tarry, I don't tarry. When God gifts me with a thing, I'm that girl. I'm going to put it to flight immediately. And so it was just 2 days away, the start of October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so I came up with this slogan, lift your pearls and check your girls, be one of 1 million Black women to get your mammogram. And the catalyst for this is because Black women die at a 42% higher rate than any other race or ethnicity. And
Mm.
yeah, we like being number one, but sometimes you want to break this. We got to break this one up.
Thank
And
you. Yes.
a lot of women think when they go to get a physical, if they go do that, the doctor says you're okay, that's enough. But no, you got to go an extra step. You got to get that mammogram. And what is so sad is if we go with regularity, you know, mammograms don't cure cancer, but they can detect it early
Right.
stage,
Right.
and give you a fighting chance towards survivorship. But unfortunately, women, they feel something. You just get that sense about that discernment that something's wrong in your body. And unfortunately, too many times when women go, it's late stage, and
Right.
then their chances of survivorship are lessened, and the morbidity rates increase. And
Right.
God just gave it to me in a whoosh. And being a publicist, I pushed it out. WTVD right here picked it up, and the Ricky Smiley morning show called me that Wednesday evening and said, "Can you be on Friday?" And I want to tell you, I almost fell out of my chair. And so, because of that, his platform like this is global, and women from around this country, and I think it was 7, 8, or 9 countries, have, chimed in and said that they were going to lift their pearls and check their girls. And so, what we're doing right now, Maxine, is launching different platforms. We're going into the churches, into the barbershops, and the hair salons, to take this pledge
Right. Right.
that you will commit to getting, scheduling your annual mammogram. And that, gives us with the data, that we need, because
Right.
we've got to be able to track it. I didn't want to just say a million because it sounded good. We're going after actual data.
Right.
And there is a 7-question survey that we have, and we just launched that. And like I said, women from around the country are already signing in, saying that they're going to schedule their mammograms, or they've already had their mammograms. And again, that gives us live and tangible data, because I want to lock North Carolina down with the first 100,000. So that's the goal.
Good. Good. So,
Yeah.
is there a link that they can go to, Terry, in
Yes.
order to
Yes.
do that survey? Is there any way that you can put it in the chat for Mark, and
Uh,
the producer will run it across the banner so that everyone will be able to see it? And
okay.
what we'll also do is afterwards we'll come back and make sure that we put it on the actual Facebook page,
Mm-hmm.
that the link is there. So anything we talk about this evening, ladies and gentlemen, we will also come back and make sure that you get a link, because we want you to link with us. We want you to connect. We want you to be able to lift those pearls and check the
And
girls.
check the
And
girl.
right. And if you do it, you tell your daughters to do it. You tell your aunties and your cousins and all of them to also do it.
Uh-huh.
And Terry, if I'm not mistaken, you're also trying to make sure that you have a representative, perhaps maybe in every state.
Absolutely, Maxine. And are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just making sure I'm getting this link for you.
Right.
But we've got it in every state, and it's really exciting because like I said, women from around the country are saying that they're getting mammograms, and that's absolutely the most amazing thing, Maxine. So I'm just grateful for it all.
Right.
And yeah, yeah, where'd it
Well,
go
you're a
here?
vessel, Terry. You saying, Lord, use me, and that's what he's done. And so when we're open to be saying we're able and we're willing to be a minister in that, or use it as a ministry and carry it forward, then he gives you more and more and more,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
because you
yeah.
have this relationship with people and you have the connections that's going on. And so, when you have that influencer, you're an influencer and you're a connector.
Oh, well,
So
thank you
God
for
is
that.
able to use you that way.
Yeah,
So
it's
not
amazing.
only that, I'm sitting up here doing, the life strategies, and you dropping these beautiful pearls,
Hmm.
pearls of wisdom, and I call them platinum nuggets is my
Uh-huh,
little term that I use. But
uh-huh.
we also want to talk a little bit about this fit pearl.
Uh-huh.
because
Hmm.
I love that. You know, when I was doing the American Diabetes Association, I think, I was talking, I said I lost over 90 pounds,
Yes.
but I did it the natural way. Like what
Yes.
you're talking about is a
Yes.
lifestyle change. It's not
Hmm.
about a diet.
Right.
And so I never talked diet and I never did
Right.
go on a diet because my
Mm-mm.
doctor kept saying you
Nope.
need to diet. No, I'm not dieting because if I
Yep.
diet, it's a binge.
Yep.
If you deprive me of something, I'm going to come back and eat more of it.
Yeah. And
Whereas
that's
if
that's
I
how I
learn to
was.
eat in
Yeah.
moderation, then
Yep.
it's more, I can maintain it.
Hmm. And that's
Um,
exactly what I did. It was not a diet. I defined it as self sabotage. Back in August, Maxine, you there?
I'm here.
Okay, just my computer's doing something. I'm not sure what's going
I
on.
can hear you. You're
You
looking
can.
good and
Okay,
everything. Uh huh.
thank you, thank you. My experience last August, I was at a conference. Well, I had a meeting with the national committee and a blouse, another blouse that I had brand new. And we're particular when we're standing in front of people, we want everything to be just right. And
Correct.
this blouse, the button just kept popping open. And I kept looking down, trying to fix it. And so I became self conscious. And during the course of that evening, when we were taking a picture, these ladies who were trying to, calm my nerves said, you look great, but just hold still, just hold still for the photo. And that absolutely it deflated me, Maxine. They were being helpful, but I just felt I didn't feel very good about myself. And so that was September. And then, I mean, August. And so September, when I decided that I was going to take Terry Spicer back, I was going to snatch her back. And so I did. I quit fried foods. I quit sugar. I quit drinking calories. I quit bread. All of the things that I love, the M&Ms that and Mountain Dew that I love so much, I quit. I just quit it all cold turkey. And it's now I'm in my seventh month and I've lost 50 pounds. And people keep saying to me, they don't mean any harm, but what's your secret? There is no secret.
No
It's called
secret.
hard work. It's called I have been consistent. I've invested in myself, and that I exercise every day. I drink tons of water, Maxine. My skin is so soft because I drank so much water in all of my life. I don't believe, but I'm doing it like you said, the healthy and the right
Healthy
way.
way. Yep.
And so it's really truly just made a difference. There is no secret to it. It's called hard work and consistency and live eating to live and not living to eat. So
Right.
that was a mindset that I had to shift as well. Um, but the most important thing for me was just feeling good about myself. I did not at any time chase numbers. That was never my goal. All I know is that I wanted to be better. And what I said to you earlier and that I wrote about it, I found my authentic self. And what I
Mhm.
mean by that is I've lost weight in the past before, and but when I would lose 10 pounds, I'd chase a piece of cake down in celebration. And what was I doing? I was sabotaging
That's right.
all of the work. And when I said that out loud, that I was self sabotaging, Maxine, the light bulb went on, the epiphany hit, and it
It's
became
stuck. It's
defined.
stuck. It's
It,
stuck. It's that
it,
mindset that's stuck.
it
Yeah.
stuck. And I just said, oh my gosh, I've been sabotaging myself all of this time. And I said, Terry, what are you doing? So stop it. So I quit because now it's defined and I understand it. And I deserve better than that. I quit the mismanagement of my temple that God
Right.
has entrusted just to me. And so no more. Like I said, I schedule dessert. I've had dessert 5 times in 7 months. I don't eat those things anymore, but I've learned how to cook things that I really like with flavor and but with less fat. So you can do it, it can be done. And my life has changed and I feel decades younger.
I know I did too, Terry. When I had gone through that transformation back in 2014, 15, and 16, it
Hmm.
was the same way for me. Although I ended up with type 2 diabetes back in 2008, but I did not really hone in on the lifestyle change that I needed to make
Hmm.
until about 2014. And
Hmm.
what caused that was the fact that I started to become allergic to preservatives.
Oh wow.
And there's preservatives in almost everything you eat if you're not going to
Hmm.
get it organic.
Right, right,
But
right.
once I started cooking with organic foods, I mean, my
Hmm.
whole taste buds changed.
Yes.
So foods are much sweeter because you don't have to add sugar to it. It has a natural sugar the way it was, grown within the earth.
Hmm.
And so it was a lifestyle change. And I'm like you, all the water, you drink all the different water. I mean, I could juice out, I could tea out, I could sodas out. I
Yes.
mean, that right there in itself was like 30 pounds
Yes. Yes.
because all the
Exactly.
sugar that's in
Exactly.
everything.
Exactly.
But I love
Exactly.
the fact that you're calling it the fit pearl,
The fit pearl.
because that's exactly what it is. Our bodies are a pearl. It is
Yes.
a gem. He's entrusted us with this, and we only have one.
Yes.
Don't
You
get
only
another
have
one.
one.
Once you've done the damage, it's done.
It's done. It's done.
There are
So.
some things you can reverse, but
Hmm.
healthy eating,
Yes.
no matter
Yes.
what illness you have,
Yes.
healthy eating helps.
Yes.
It helps
Yes.
to reverse it and try it. In many instances, it corrects it.
It really does. And quite honestly, it corrected. And like I said, my whole mindset shifted now because after the first 31 days in September, I had lost 14 pounds and I could hardly believe that just changing my behavior in 31 days changed my life. So,
Yes.
my mind was made up after that. And I said, really? 31 days, 14 pounds? Really? So the things that I dreamed about for myself all of these years, they're now realized. I've never lost 50 pounds in my life. Maybe I never, but now I say it's authentic because the success of this part of my life, it levels up to the other parts of the success of my life. And I understand it this time. And my body, everything is totally different. It responds, and I know how to, like I said, I've committed to this process. And so there's a rhythm. I get up in the morning and I love my Peloton. Okay, I'm a Peloton phenom. Okay, I exercise, I work out, um and it's the first thing my husband and son used to tell me every day. Get up and do it first before you start to work, because when you go to work, you
You're
lose.
not gonna stop.
You're not going to
You're
stop.
not
You
gonna
lose
stop.
everything. And so they are so right. So now when I get up and I get my prayers in and my gratitude to God, and I realize I'm blessed with another day, I get changed and I go down and I get on my Peloton, and then I've got the rest of the day to do all of the things that I need to do. So it's very important to me. I work out almost every day. But yeah, but I love it, Maxine. I really, really, really love it. Really love
Well, I tell you what, Miss Lady, you just dropped several platinum nuggets right there in a row. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you caught them. I hope
it.
you wrote them down, because if not, let me reiterate. Okay? Workout. First thing in the morning, before you start your routine, prayer, gratitude. Be thankful for what you have, what you're doing, where you are, and even the condition that you're in, because you have control of changing it. That is the mindset that helps you to do that. Then, when she talked about eating healthy, being conscious of your eating, what you're eating, how much of it is you're eating. Because that what you're eating, we talked about what? Sugar, removing sugar. She said she removed bread, which is white flour, which is wheat. And many people are allergic to wheat, gluten, and you don't even realize it.
Hmm.
And that keeps weight on you as well. And then sugar, if you're not careful, it puts a lot of inflammation in the body, and that has havoc and causes additional illnesses that we're going to be dealing with. But make sure that you drink the water. The water is so important.
It's so important. It's so
Listen,
important.
look at all those platinum nuggets you just dropped in that one conversation. That is awesome. But see, this is life strategies. It's about
Yeah.
giving individual strategies that they can use.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, once you get past the first 2 weeks, The sugar cravings, they wane. But again, it's all mental. You Once you get past that mental block, oh my gosh, once you get past that mental block and you allow yourself the very best of yourself,
Right.
you get into a rhythm and you do it. And the sweets and the other stuff, it becomes so unimportant.
Yeah.
And you lose, taste for it. And yeah, so it's a challenge, but you are absolutely worth the self-investment. So that's the way that I, see it every single day now. And it'll make you laugh. I told my husband, I said, when this waistline becomes well defined again, it's going to be a national holiday, and y'all not going to, so just get yourselves ready.
Hey, listen, it's already being defined. You don't have to wait till it get to a certain point. It's not where it was.
Oh my
It's
gosh, it's
less,
not. It's
it's
not.
less of what it was. So we have to look at those milestones each time. And
Yeah,
it's my
yeah,
understanding that for every 10 pounds, it's a different dress size because that's what
yeah.
happened to me when I lost those 80 pounds.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
lost 8 dress sizes.
Yeah, I'm back in those dresses, and I mean, honestly, when it's like I get so excited, and each pound lost, um, it's more fuel, for me. Excitement. It's absolutely excitement. I did that, but when I got on that scale that morning and I hit 50, it blew my mind. The first 14 pounds, like I said, I was not weighing myself. I was just changing behavior. But when I weighed myself out of curiosity after 31 days, that blew my mind. So, but the 50 pounds, I left the planet because I was just so happy that I've stuck to this thing. I'm committed to this thing, and there's no going back. There is absolutely no going back. No
I
going
love
back.
what you just said. You recognized it, you committed, there's no going back. And the other thing that you have not yet said is the fact that you're not only doing it alone, you're bringing others along with you
That's right. That's right.
because you're sharing your story,
Mm-hmm.
not only by being here sharing it, but like you said, Smiley, you're on his show, you're on
Mm-hmm.
other shows talking about it. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's when people, when not only when I say you're saving lives, this is how you're saving lives.
Yes.
And
Yes.
more people need to do the same because we all are out here doing something that's making us better. And
Mm-hmm.
that better can help another person because no matter how we deliver it, everybody receives things totally different.
Totally different. Totally different. So everybody's got something to give. It's
Yes.
just a matter of stopping to take time to realize that your contribution is very important. Because everybody can't be out front, but it's
No.
not about position or status at all. It's about the impact that you make, and that's why I tell my girls and clients, chase the impact. Everything else will come. Chase the impact. Chase the benefit to humanity. The money will come. If that's what your
Yes.
motivation is, you're a little bit misguided, because if all you seek is money, you've missed the quality of of the product, of the outcome. You've missed the quality because your focus is not where it needs to be. So chase the impact.
And not
Make
only
that
that,
excellent.
have you missed it? You've missed a mark about what your purpose is
What your
on
purpose
this
is.
earth.
Hmm. Yes.
Because every one of us have a purpose.
Hmm.
We
Hmm.
just need to identify it or discover it or
Hmm.
confirm what that purpose is.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
many times, Terry, that's what I do with the young people, as far as helping them to understand what has God created you to do already.
Yes. Yes.
And if
Yes.
the sooner that we can help them to understand that, the
Hmm.
sooner that they can get on that track.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you've got some proteges out here already that's young, that's two,
Hmm.
3, 4, 5 years old, that's using their natural God-given abilities. But
Absolutely.
what about those who
Absolutely.
13, 14, 18, 25, 30, who've not yet discovered them?
Hmm. That's
And so
right.
that's why I tell everybody that's what I do. That's where I come in at.
That's right. That's right. That's
That's
right.
what God has given me the assignment for while I'm on this earth, is
Hmm.
to help those who've not yet discovered, identified, or confirmed what their God-given abilities are.
Hmm.
And so I
Hmm.
do that assessment to help them to get there. But it's not about me tonight. It's about
Yeah. Yes,
you.
it is. Yes, it is. It's about us. It's about
It's
us.
about us. It's about us doing this together. All right.
Do
So we talked about that. We talked about the Circle of Pearls. Now you also have your own PR company.
it. Hmm.
that, I mean, all of these things that you're doing are phenomenal. But the fact that you have this PR, your publicist to begin with
Hmm.
anyway,
Yep, yep.
it lends itself or give yourself a platform to really branch out and start announcing all of these things that you're doing and position yourself to be that influencer in the world.
Hmm.
So tell us a little bit about this, your that part of your business.
Well, Epiphany Public Relations is that's the beginning of it all. I've been a
Right.
publicist. I tell everybody I've been a publicist since I was 6 years old. God allowed me to dream in big and bold colors, big and bold words, and I've always had a knack for communicating and expressing myself and seeing um, just seeing it down the road, I'll say. And with public relations, again, it's about painting, helping someone to define their goals. You can have all the best ideas in the world, but if you don't know how to shape it, mold it, implement it, push it out to the world, sometimes and too often it becomes a dream unfulfilled. And with my agency, Epiphany Public Relations, I've been a publicist for many years. I've been blessed to work with incredible clients, some many that you don't know. It's not about status for me, it's about, again, helping folk to realize successful outcomes. And then once you reach goals, those benchmarks, you reset. It's the evolution of your dream, your goal, your purpose defined and
Right.
redefined, continuing to build on it, stacking it, so um, getting that targeted audience, all of these buzzwords you've heard, building your brand is really truly what, public relations is. But for me, the way that I practice it as business development,
Mhm.
and because again, and I tell people, have this in your toolbox. You got to make certain that your publicist, that your attorney, that your accountant, anybody that's working with you, for you on your
Mhm.
project, in your business, in your goals, they've got to understand um, what it is you're doing to the degree that they can articulate it just like you. They've got to be able to, and again, if they can't do that, if it becomes more about them in the process, they're not a good fit for you. So you've got to be business savvy and have all of the right tools in your toolbox before you even get started. That's just business. That's a business nugget I'm gonna drop right
And
there.
that's business 101.
That's
That's the
business
platinum
101.
nugget.
Come on, that's
And
101 right there.
Terry, many times we have to come back and, we must hear that a second time, a third
Hmm.
time, a fourth time, because as business owners, we start working in the business and not on the business.
Yes,
And
yes,
therefore, when you're working in the business, you're in the trenches.
yeah, and you're
You need
behind.
small details.
Yeah,
Whereas when you're working on the business, you get this high level overview and you can see
yeah,
some things that's not
yeah,
going right.
yeah, yeah.
And so, yeah, so re-emphasizing that is great information
Hmm.
to give our entrepreneurs, because we got some
Hmm.
who starting out the gate. We have some who
Yeah,
middle school, high school, who are business owners now, that they
yes.
even need to have parents. A platinum nugget here.
Hmm.
You
Yeah,
need to have an attorney. You need to have a publicist. You need to have a CPA. You
yeah,
need to have all these things at the beginning of the business, not
yes.
at the end of the
But
business or
at
when you
the
find
end,
yourself in trouble.
yeah, and then too often when that happens and you're in trouble, and you can't make the investment to get the best run for your money. And like I tell people, stop nickel and diming your dream, because when you do that, you get in, you get out what you put in. Sometimes we've heard that cliche, so
Yeah,
stop
yeah,
thinking that you're going to get high quality for really minimal investment. That's an insult to the experts that are trying to help you, because again, that's what we are. We're experts to your vision, to your dreams and goals. We're your business partners. We're not your employees. We're there to assist you, to help guide you, and you've got to learn. And it's got to be such a great working relationship that you trust their expertise, that you're not
yeah.
looking over them. Because again, allow these people to drive their lanes. But again, now, what I will say to all of this, be business savvy, be about your business and know what's going on. Don't be so in tune with what it is you're doing that you don't tend to the business,
Yeah.
tend to the business and understand the business, all of that. You've got to know how all of it works. And that's unfortunately how a lot of people, Maxine, lose a lot of, you know, the,
Finances. They
their
lose a lot of
finance. They
finances
lose
because they're
money.
right. They're not paying attention.
Not
I
paying attention.
remember, Oprah saying this one time on her show. She said she signs all her checks.
Yes.
You don't
Yes.
have one of those rubber stamps that boom, you put
Yep.
her
Yep.
signature on a check.
Yep.
No, she
Mm-mm.
literally physically signed all her
Yep.
checks. And I think she
Yep.
told Beyonce that as well when
Mm-hmm.
she had her on the show one time. I
Yep.
remember hearing that.
Yeah. You
But
got
you're
to
so
know.
right, Terry, about
Yep.
you don't need to be the expert about everything about your business, but you need to have the knowledge, the
Yes.
theory of how it all connects and works
Mm-hmm.
together.
Yes. You got to
I
understand.
love what you said, that platinum nugget that you gave about, don't nickel and dime, the
Mm-hmm.
development for yourself or
Mm-hmm.
for your business.
Yep. And
You
don't
know,
insult don't insult the people who are coming in to help you achieve it.
right,
Because again, it's what they do. It's their craftsmanship. They're bringing their craftsmanship to meet your dreams and your goals. And you got to realize again, no, maybe you can't jump out there with the on the higher end,
right. The
but do the
Lamborghini.
work.
You can't do the Lamborghini price.
You can't do the Lamborghini price at the beginning, but make certain that every element of those parts of your toolbox are,
Are
vet
taken
them,
care of with
vet them,
quality, but with
vet them.
quality, not
Yep,
quantity, but with
but
quality.
with quality, vet them, know who they are. Do the research before you just say yes to them. So, like I said, I tell people, check me out, vet me, Google me, Google, just start with Google, and but yeah,
But
yeah,
it'll be
yeah, yeah.
better. It'll be better. Even though you might Google someone, but if someone is savvy, they
Yes.
can have all the right pieces together, even
Yep.
out there on Google.
Yes,
But
indeed.
to
Yep.
know that word of mouth,
Yep.
give me a reference from someone, and then
Yes.
someone can give you another reference, and someone can give you another reference, and you've seen
Mhm.
them at a conference, you've seen them here, you've seen them there. That's another way of vetting individuals
Yeah.
because they look good on
Yep.
paper, they sound good when they're
Yep.
up delivering a message, but can they really do what they said
Can
they
they
could
do what
do?
they say? Can they do what they say? And that's what I tell them. I said, no, I've got a track record and I don't mind, giving you, like you said, those references that you need. So
Right.
absolutely vet all of the pieces of your toolbox so that
Yeah.
again the optimum outcome that you achieve is successful.
That brings me back to level less and the whole, the reason behind level less is because in the mindset as a little girl, I never had levels.
Mm-hmm.
I would never allow anyone to put me in and tell me I had to acquire a certain level because I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, the sky is not the limit.
Yeah,
And I have a background that says the sky is not the limit because I
it's
know we
not.
hear it all the time. The sky
Yep.
is the limit, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, no, I challenge that. The sky is
Mm-hmm.
not the limit.
It's not the limit.
Because
Mm-mm.
when we go up in the sky, we think we're in the sky, but we look up above, what? There's more atmosphere.
There's more. Come on, come on. I
So,
love that.
the
Yes.
sky is not the limit. So,
Yeah.
levelness is all about knowing your worth. And what you just
Yeah.
talked about is
Mm-hmm.
that when you talk about nickel and diamond, those who are coming in, they're subject matter experts. That not only have they put the pieces in place and they know it works, but
Mm-hmm.
they have the education, they have
Yeah.
the experience, they
Yes.
have the results, they have everything that goes along with it that justify why they are the expert in this
Yes.
arena.
Yes. Yes.
So allow them to be the expert. And if you find
Yes.
out that they're not, then you need to part ways.
That's right. Part ways. Quick. Quick.
It's simple as
Quick.
that.
Quick. Quick.
Because
So
everybody can't do what they say they can do. It looks good on paper,
that's right.
but they can't always execute.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Can't
love
always
what you
execute.
said is that make a plan,
Yep.
but you also have to execute that plan.
Yes, indeed. So,
So,
like I
ladies
said.
and gentlemen, I trust that you are writing down these platinum nuggets. Hello. So I'm going to test your knowledge later on because you might just end up winning a gift because you're going to have to come back and tell us some of these platinum nuggets that we just dropped. So you're going to have to put them in the chat to let us know at least 2 or 3 platinum nuggets that you got from tonight's show because we don't just drop these nuggets for the sake of dropping them.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want
Yeah.
it to go out void and come back.
That's
No,
right. We
we
want
want
to
it to
help
come
you.
back where someone has used it and applied it and
That's
then
right.
share with us how this has changed you, has transformed you, has
Mm-hmm.
helped you, or you helped another person because of the information that you received.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about paying it forward. Now,
Hmm.
Terry and I both believe in that,
Yes, indeed.
paying it
Absolutely.
forward.
Paying it forward. Paying
So,
it forward.
you talked about the gas cards and the cancer patients, and I know that you have statistics around some of this.
Hmm.
And I know you have, I mean, tell us a little bit about the statistics that you have. If you have them, can you share some of that right now?
Yeah, you talk about what the sissy has done in our
What the
9 years.
sissy has done. Go on and drop
Yeah.
some of these, because you know
Hey,
what? Some people like data. We
yeah.
got
Yeah.
numbers people who want to know the data. We didn't gave the auditory people who want to know, stories.
Hmm.
We done
Hmm.
painted a picture for them. So
Hmm.
now let's get these finance people some data so they can see that the reason why they need to come on board and start supporting the sissy
That's right.
organization.
Hmm. Well, thank you for that. Yeah, we're now we're in our ninth year, and we provide the transportation assistance to cancer patients to get to treatment towards survivorship. And in those 9 years, we've helped 1,368 cancer patients in all 100 counties of North Carolina, 16 states nationally, and also Washington, D.C. um, Cancer patients from every genre of cancer. We started out with breast cancer because the sissy was named because my best friend, she had breast cancer, and I drove her to her treatment every day, and we called each other sissy. So um, she transitioned in August of 2000,
Wow.
and
Okay.
so I knew after going through those things with her and seeing the disparities and understanding that people were having cancellations to surgeries because they couldn't get there. People were having, the morbidity rates were increasing because people can't get to their treatment.
Right.
It's a whole lot of different pieces that go into how these statistics are um, tallied. Again, because some people have to go to treatment 3, 4, 5 times a week, and it's an expensive an arduous journey. It's hard on your pocket. I don't care what station you are in life. A chronic disease is very hard.
Right.
Cancer, a heart, any chronic disease is very hard on the family's balance, the family's finances. And so transportation, it just seems so basic because we're able to just get up, pull out our keys, and go get into our cars and go where we want to go. But everybody doesn't have that luxury. And transportation, I'll say it again and again, it should not be a hindrance to any level of care towards survivorship, towards getting on the front end of a scenario of illness, and having the better chances of beating it and defeating it.
Hmm.
So just to think that because I can't get there, that my chances of morbidity increase, that to me is gut wrenching. It's hard, and it's just unbelievable. So we've been working for 9 years, and I thank everybody who's contributed to the gas cars that we've been able to gift. But in our year, forward moving, we're going to be doing so many more things. The gas cars will always be
A part of it.
a part of it. That's the foundation. But the evolution of what the city is going to be doing is partnering with airlines, partnering with car dealerships, partnering with so many different other elements of
Yeah.
transportation. Because sometimes, Maxine, a cancer patient's car might break down.
Yes.
It might break down. So I'm building up a portfolio of community partners who are going to gift, you know,
The
um,
vehicles.
the
Give the
vehicles, but
finances.
also to fix vehicles.
Come
So
on now.
it's a lot of work going into this thing. So I've been working at it tirelessly day in and day out and building these different avenues to help cancer patients because, like I said, it's a shame when the car is in the driveway but it doesn't run
Doesn't work.
and they can't get there. So it's a lot of different avenues to transportation, and God keeps broadening the vision. And I love Habakkuk. He says, "Though it tarry, wait for it will
It will
surely,
surely come.
surely come." But that tarrying, while
Right.
you're waiting for it, you got to work for it. I keep telling people, again, what we talked about: to whom much is given, much is expected. God wants to see what your stewardship is. This is to
Come
any
on.
business owner, entrepreneur, whoever. What is your investment? Are you gonna, give up when the going gets very, very tough,
Mm,
when it seems like the support is not in place? And let me say this also as a publicist, your targeted audience is not your friends, it's not your family.
come on.
I'm looking straight at you, okay?
Come on.
You've got to build your project, your vision, your ideas, your goal, your vision to such a degree that it attracts exactly. You've got to come in your mind and know exactly who you want to point these goals at, so that they will partner in your dream to again help
They
you
will
achieve those
see it.
goals. They'll
He
see it.
said, I know the vision I have for you, right?
Yes,
And right, not only what,
yes.
write it and make it
You
clear.
gotta make that thing plain. And so
Yes,
again, like I said, and you gotta wait, and you gotta watch, and you gotta keep, and though it tarry, it's gonna take some time. That's really truly just what that means. It's gonna take some time. It's gonna take your investment in the process. Though it tarry, wait for it. Keep working for that
keep
thing.
working for it.
But God's promise at the end says, for it will surely come.
Um,
Surely, surely.
yes, yes.
Maxine, that's a stamp of
Ooh, I
promise.
like that word, surely.
Surely. God
Surely.
said, for
It
it
didn't
will
say maybe, it
surely.
didn't say might. It said
No, he
surely.
said
That's
surely.
definite. That's
Surely.
definite.
Surely. So that is my favorite scripture in the Bible. I've got many, but God's stamp of promise is on that thing. Surely,
Yes,
he said,
surely.
surely,
Right.
surely.
So
So,
Terry, before we
mhm,
leave here, because I know we're winding down with time, but
mhm,
we need some contact information.
mhm,
We need to
mhm,
know how to connect with you. Those
mhm,
who want to donate, give, support,
mhm,
so if we don't get it on here running across, and ladies and gentlemen, I will make sure that we come back and we put it on the website. I mean, on
mhm,
the Facebook,
mhm.
where all of this is being posted, and we'll put it out there on LinkedIn, because we want you to have an opportunity to give whatever you have been led to do. It's not all about finances every time.
Mhm.
You've got time, you got talent, you have treasurers,
Mhm.
you have different things in different ways in which you can give.
Yes.
Terry talked about lift your pearls, check your girls, and she have a representative in every state. So if there's a state that you don't have a representative in, we need to make sure we put that out there as well,
Yes.
so we
Yes.
can get
Yes.
that covered.
Yes.
And
Yes.
also the gas cards, we know that you're moving into other things, but in the meantime, if they can donate gas cards, we need to put out there where they can do that donation, so that they can get that information to you, and be able to support you that way as well. Because remember, I said this is being streamed to 200 countries. We
Yes.
don't know who's watching, who will
That's right.
watch, who
That's
will
right.
listen, and their
Yeah.
heart is full and they believe
Yeah.
in paying it forward. So this is our opportunity to allow them to help and be a support system, be a part of the support system.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that. So, going to the website www.thesisi.org and click on the donate tab, the sissy.org. And it's got a link right there also for that. I was trying to find the link. I'm sorry, I'm not technologically savvy with it. To put into the chat, the link for the survey, but it's on the website as well, thesissy.org, THESISI.org. And also join our Facebook group. We've got a couple. The Fit Pearl, that's one, for weight loss. It's a non-judgment zone where we are helping women to become fit physically, financially, spiritually, emotionally. And a fit woman, like I said, it's just a safe space for women
Mhm.
who are going through whatever you're going through. We're right there for you. But also the other Facebook group is Black Women Get Your Mammograms. And that's where we've got all these women from around the country who are saying and declaring and also showing that they are getting their mammograms. We want to, again, help 1 million Black women. I say more, but that's just
Yes.
the start, to get a mammogram again, because that mammogram, it takes just about 30 minutes. That mammogram can help to discover early stage cancer and to help you get on the survivor side of the journey. So a mammogram will not prevent, but breast cancer does not have to be a death sentence.
That's
If you
right.
get in and you get that mammogram and you get in with a great doctor and you get treatment, you can be a survivor and be cancer free. That is our prayer for you. That is our hope for you. That is the work that we're doing. This Lift Your Pearls and Check Your Girls is a clarion call to action. It's education, awareness, and support. And we're going to keep working. 31 days in October is wonderful, but we're committed to
A
keeping it out on the
lifetime.
forefront. It's a
Yeah.
lifetime
It's a
commitment.
lifetime. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
lifetime.
one of those lifestyle changes that we talked
Yep,
about.
yep,
You have to
yep.
add it. And it's a strategy. Ladies and gentlemen, health, taking care of your health is
Hmm.
a part of your life strategy.
Yes.
It's not a maybe.
Yep.
It's a bus.
Yes.
And so you need to add that to the That's why this is called the Life Strategy Show,
Hmm. Hmm.
because there's so many strategies that we need to put in place in
Yes.
order for us to have that quality of life
Hmm.
and help others have that quality of life, help our children to learn it at an earlier
Yeah.
age.
Yes.
So these are the things that we can put in place. The last thing, Terry, is the Small Pearls Lead Academy.
Hmm.
Now, there's such a thing as open enrollment periods. So has
Hmm.
open enrollment closed, and at what ages are we talking about when it comes to the Small Pearl Leads Academy?
It begins at age 7, but I'm thinking of lessening that to 6 because we've got some really smart girls. When we started this, it was 7 because 7 was that year of, that number of completion. We had gone
Right,
through so many different things, but
right,
now we've got so many bright children who are just incredible young students, young scholars. They're active in, their school, their churches. These kids are well rounded, and this program is just giving them, enhancing their lives to give them strategies for how to listen, how to react, how to handle scenarios. And the book, The Small Pearl in Every Girl, Maxine, that you are a part of,
right,
um, is that roadmap. It's just taking the lessons that we've gifted to these children in the program from September to May, bringing in incredible women just like you to share experiences and stories and wisdom. We give these children nuggets, we give these children roadmaps for how to be successful, and we meet them where they are. We have incredible discussions with these girls. We've got a college track now that we've gone virtual. We've got the high schoolers in a room all to themselves where they can go be high schoolers and talk about the
right,
things that they need to. They don't need to be in the same space with, kindergarten, elementary and middle school
right.
students because their needs are different. They're getting ready for college. So we've done that and it's been so successful this year. So the
Beautiful.
feedback is phenomenal. The engagement is phenomenal. The Small Pearls Lead Academy is just a dream come true for me. I love my small pearls, and pearls is the acronym for preparing elegant and ready leaders for success. So that is what the Sissy is all about: transportation assistance and helping to bridge these brilliant leaders forward into their next levels of success.
And I just happen to have a middle name of Pearl.
Pearl, Pearl, come on, Pearl.
I
In
just fit
all
in
caps,
just perfectly.
Pearl in all caps. That's the way I write it, in all caps, because I wear pearls every day,
Yes.
and they just make me feel so tall and just I just love them. It's who I am. So everything about me, the signaturepearl.com, that's me as well. So if you want to know more about Epiphany Public Relations, you can click on epiphanyprnc.com or the signaturepearl.com. But please visit thesissy.org. Donate today. We need your tax deductible dollars. The work is really critical. No patient should go without transportation assistance getting to their treatment
That's
toward
right.
life-saving change. So that is the work that we are doing, and we'd appreciate all of your help. And thank you in advance.
Wow, Terry, this is just phenomenal. Well, I knew this conversation was going to be so rich. I already knew that because see, God has put in your possession
Hmm.
the different things he's dropped into your spirit. And one of the things that you said was a nugget. You said, if he's going to give it to me, I'm going to act on it.
Yep.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to put it in motion. I'm not
Hmm.
going to just let it sit there.
Right.
I have had times where he's dropped things into my spirit, but I'd be busy on other things that I don't
Hmm.
stop to do that. And
Hmm.
then the next thing I know, someone else has just announced that they're doing
Yep.
it.
Yep.
And that's one thing
Yep.
about him. If you don't take that assignment, he
Yep.
moves it on to the next
He
person.
will move it on, and you will be sick when you see it because he
There's
gifted it
nothing
to
you
you
can do
first.
about it because
Nothing is.
he chose you, but
Yep.
you didn't do anything with it.
Yep. Yep.
And
So.
so that's why I've circled back around with my youth when it started talking about the assessments. I talked about helping them to understand their God-given abilities. Well, that's what I've put back in place is to make sure that I'm promoting those assessments because we have so many young people who have
Mhm.
not yet identified what their
Mhm.
gifts are, what their
Right.
abilities are, that
Mhm.
no one had to teach it to them.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so you'll
Yes.
see more of that that's going to be pushing out forward as well. And
Yes.
so it is for the 14 through the 19-year-olds when it comes to the students. But of course, we can help adults as well. But
Mhm.
right now, I'm focusing on those students because a lot of them are in home, trying to
Mhm.
do a lot of the educational things by them, for themselves, with everything going on. But
Mhm.
one of the things about that assessment, it helps them with their learning style.
Yes. Yes.
How do we
Yes.
take in new information and process it? And when
Yes.
a
Yes.
child can understand that,
Mhm.
it helps them with everything else that happens
Everything
in
else.
life.
Yes.
That's
Everything
part of
else.
the communication
Mhm.
piece.
Mhm. Yep. It builds that confidence, and like you said, it's levelless. There are no limits.
No
So
limits.
that's
That's
the whole
right.
point of all of the work that we are doing, and I congratulate you on everything that you're doing. So I'm honored to be here tonight. And the last
Okay.
thing, if I
I
may,
was going to say your closing remarks.
my last thing that I will say to you is if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. When opportunity presents itself to you, you're ready and you're ready without delay. So, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And so if you're on time, you're already late.
That's
Yep.
right.
If you're on time, you're already late. You walk into a class that's starting at 8 o'clock and you walk in at 8 o'clock, what have you done? You've disrupted, so be on time and stay ready and work hard and you'll be fine. Those are my
I
last
love
words.
it. I love it. Well, Terry, I thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you. Thank
I thank
you.
you so much for what you're doing in the world.
Thank
I
you.
thank you so much for snatching your health back and
Mm,
taking control
mm,
over it.
mm,
And not
mm,
only you doing it by yourself, but you're bringing others along with you. You're
mhm,
sharing
mhm.
it. And
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, if you get nothing from today's message, it's important that we share these strategies. There's someone else out here that needs you.
Yes, absolutely.
There's no
Absolutely.
reason for you to be go into this world doing anything by yourself when you have
Mhm.
other people who've already gone ahead of you.
That's right.
Always
That's
talk
right.
about wisdom, get
That's
wisdom.
right.
But
That's
it
right.
says, in all that getting,
And all that getting,
get an understanding.
getting, understanding. Come on. I mean, really, truly. So do the work. Do the
Yes.
work. You're worth the investment. Do the work.
Well,
Do the
thank
work.
you so much. I look
Thank you.
forward to having you back. And
Thank you.
Terry
Thank
is
you.
coming back in April.
Yes.
And
Yes.
she's going to be coming back with the Small Pearls lead. So they're going to
Yes.
be joining her so we
Yes.
can hear from some of these phenomenal young ladies.
Yes. Yes. So
So
thank
thank
you. I'm
you so much,
excited.
Terry, for being
Thank you.
here.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, have a good night now. Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you.
we'll see you.
See you next time. All
All
right. Thank
right.
you.
Bye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was such an honor to have Terry Spicer with me this evening. As you can see, why I deemed her as one of the levelest women. God has truly been using her, not only to touch the women in her community and her family, but now in the nation and in the world. And He's using many of us the same way. So if you know of someone that I should invite and be on my life strategy show, don't hesitate. Reach out to me at levelesco.com. You'll find a contact form on my website and just let me know who they are and we will get in contact with them. But as I close this evening, I would like to say believe in yourself. It's so critical that you see your vision, that you know your knowledge, skills, and abilities, and that you believe in yourself, and everything else will fall into place. So as I bid you a farewell this evening, I believe in you. I trust you believe in yourself. And I'll see you back here next week at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. In the meantime, this is Maxine Pearl Phillips, the host of the Life Strategy Show. Have a great evening.